PR staff, Steph Curry, officially a left hamstring strain, will not return to tonight's game.
Stephen Curry didn't just leave the court injured. He left the entire NBA world in complete shock. 1 minute he was running the show in Game 1. The next he was clutching his leg and limping off the court. It wasn't just a bad play. It was the kind of moment that makes you wonder if we're watching the end of an era. And what followed? A storm of doubt. Brutal takes from legends and questions no one wanted to ask. Shaquille O'Neal on live TV didn't hold back. Maybe he's starting to break down, he said. You could feel the silence after that, because when a Hall of Famer like Shaq questions your future, people listen. And at 37 years old, with a long list of past injuries, Curry's body might finally be saying it's had enough. Older, maybe he's starting to break down. Shaquille O'Neal stated at halftime on Tuesday. He moves a lot for a 36, 37-year-old. This could be crucial. If I'm Golden State, I definitely want to get this way for him. Rest him in Game 2. Give him a couple more days of rest, possibly bring him back in Game 3. But let's back up for a second. In Game 1 against the Timberwolves, Curry looked solid at first. He scored 13 points in just 13 minutes. Everything felt normal until it wasn't. A sudden stop, a limp, then the announcement, grade 1 hamstring strain, out for at least a week. That means Game 2, no Curry. Game 3, still questionable. Game 4, maybe, but no one's sure. The Golden State Warriors won Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals 99-88 over the Minnesota Timberwolves, despite losing Steph Curry in the first half with a left hamstring strain. For Warriors fans, it felt like a punch to the gut. This was supposed to be the big push for another title. Instead, they're scrambling to hold the season together without the player who's carried them for over a decade. So how did the team respond? Shockingly, they won, without their star. Buddy Hield exploded for 24 points. Jimmy Butler, who just joined the team, stepped in with 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. Draymond Green did what he always does, defended like crazy, filled the stat sheet, and rallied the squad. Somehow, the Warriors pulled off a 99-88 win. Buddy Hield turned in another phenomenal performance for Golden State on both ends of the court, scoring 24 points and recording a plus 22, both game highs, in 39 minutes. Jimmy Butler had 20 points, while Green had 18 for the Warriors. And that's what makes this whole situation even crazier, because now we have a team that might actually survive without Curry, maybe even thrive. But at what cost? What does it say when your franchise player goes down and you still win? Is this the beginning of a new era, or just a lucky game? Draymond Green doesn't think it's luck. After the game, he looked straight into the camera and said, "We won't panic." He praised Jimmy Butler, saying he's fully capable of leading a team. That wasn't just talk, it was a statement. "We know what Jimmy's capable of," Green told reporters on Tuesday. "Jimmy's capable of carrying a team. He carried a team to the finals twice. We won't panic. This team believes they're bigger than one player now. And honestly, they might be. But let's not get it twisted. Losing Steph isn't something you just brush off. He's the heart of this dynasty. He changed the game. Without him, the Warriors are different. Maybe not worse, but definitely different." And that's where things get uncomfortable. Because if the Warriors keep winning without Curry, what happens next? Is this the start of the team moving on from their biggest star? Or does this just show how deep and dangerous they've become? On the flip side, if they start losing, every headline is going to scream the same thing. They needed Steph. That's the pressure Curry's under now. He's not just fighting to heal. He's fighting to stay relevant, to prove he can still lead, that he's not done. And at his age, that's not easy. Fans are divided. Some are holding on to hope, saying Steph just needs rest and he'll bounce back like always. Others are bracing for what feels like the inevitable. One injury too many? Curry's track record isn't helping either. In just the last few years, he's dealt with thumb problems, ankle tweaks, and now this hamstring. He played in the 2024 Olympics too. Great for Team USA, but terrible for rest. His body hasn't had a real break in years. And that's why Shaq's comment hit so hard. Because it wasn't just about this injury, it was about all of them. The slow buildup, the wear and tear, The reality that no matter how legendary you are, time always wins. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves aren't going to sit around and feel sorry for Golden State. They're coming back for Game 2 with a chip on their shoulder, and they know the Warriors are vulnerable without their general on the floor. Golden State is about to face one of its biggest tests, not just physically, but mentally. Can they win another game without Steph? Can Jimmy Butler and Buddy Hield carry this team long enough for him to return? Can Draymond keep everyone locked in? These aren't just playoff questions, these are franchise questions. Because if Steph comes back and he's not the same, or if he re-injures himself again, this team has to think about what's next. Do they build around him for another year, or do they start looking at the future now? The fans deserve answers. The NBA is watching closely. And Curry? He's probably watching in silence, knowing every game he misses gives the league one more reason to doubt him. But if there's one thing we know about Steph, it's that he's never backed down from a challenge. The question is, can he win this one? Right now, the NBA feels like it's moving forward without him. The league is full of rising stars, fresh storylines, and Golden State, they're suddenly learning to live without their king. But don't count Steph out just yet. If there's any fight left in him, this is when we'll see it. Not from a highlight reel or a three-point record, but from how he comes back from this, how he responds when the world starts writing him off. That's what makes this moment so huge. It's not just about an injury, it's about legacy. If you think Steph still has one more comeback left in him, hit that like button. Drop a comment below. Do the Warriors need Curry to win it all, or is a new era already beginning? And don't forget to subscribe for more breaking NBA stories like this one.
Rondo, three up high and off the Caruso parachutes in.
Alex Caruso has just shattered the NBA record books, and what's just been revealed has shocked basketball fans worldwide. For months, his role with the Thunder remained in the shadows, until now. Caruso, the defensive specialist acquired from Chicago, has accomplished something no player in playoff history has ever done, recording a statistical masterpiece that rewrites the NBA history books. Alex Caruso, the Oklahoma City Thunder's underutilized weapon, delivered a performance for the ages in Monday's crucial Game 1 against the defending champion Denver Nuggets. Born and raised in College Station, Texas, Caruso revolutionized the Thunder's defensive presence in the second-round opener, accumulating an astonishing 20 points, 6 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks in just 26 minutes off the bench, becoming the first player in NBA playoff history with that combination of stats in a reserve role.
Got it out to Caldwell Pope. Caruso! Ho-ho!
In a statistical breakdown that has the basketball world buzzing, ESPN analysts revealed the true historic nature of Caruso's achievement. When the numbers were tallied, Caruso became the first player ever in NBA playoff history to record 2 or more blocks, 3 or more steals, and knock down 5 or more three-pointers in a single postseason game. He continued by displaying his two-way brilliance, knocking down 5 of 9 attempts from beyond the arc, while simultaneously dismantling Denver's offensive flow with perfectly timed defensive interventions. What makes Caruso's story particularly remarkable is that his arrival in Oklahoma City wasn't met with championship expectations, but rather seen as a complimentary move for the developing Thunder. Despite being awarded an $81 million extension after being traded from Chicago for Josh Giddey, Caruso averaged just under 20 minutes per game during the regular season, ranking 9th in minutes played for the Western Conference's top seed. Caruso's strategic brilliance extended far beyond basic statistical contributions during Monday's thriller. He was one of the most decisive factors in the Thunder's defensive game plan, balancing elite perimeter shooting with championship-caliber defensive instincts, a combination that proved crucial in high-stakes moments when Oklahoma City needed someone to disrupt Denver's rhythm. This revolutionary two-way impact was most famously executed during a sequence where Caruso blocked Nikola Jokic from behind and later delivered a chase-down block on Jamal Murray that electrified the sold-out Paycom Center crowd. The specific details of Caruso's defensive masterclass reveal Thunder coach Mark Daigneault's tactical genius and ability to outthink the opposition. After watching Caruso's first-half impact, Daniel made an unprecedented adjustment, starting Caruso to begin the second half in place of Isaiah Hartenstein. This level of strategic thinking and in-game adaptation set the Thunder apart from their playoff competition and provided Oklahoma City with a crucial competitive edge throughout their highest-stakes matchup to date. As Brett Usher of NBA Statistics acknowledged during the broadcast, Alex Caruso becomes the first player in the steals and blocks era to register 20-plus points, 5-plus assists, 5-plus steals, and 2-plus blocks off the bench in a playoff game. Indeed, while spectators commonly attributed the Thunder's 68-win regular season primarily to MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's brilliance, basketball insiders have long recognized that every calculated defensive rotation and critical offensive contribution from role players like Caruso would ultimately determine Oklahoma City's championship viability. The importance of this bench star performance is something modern NBA teams understand deeply. Steve Jones Jr. articulated this dynamic when reflecting on Caruso's Game 1 impact on social media. "Alex Caruso is a madman," Jones posted on his X account, with accompanying video evidence of Caruso's defensive genius. This sentiment echoes the critical role that high-level rotation players now play in NBA playoff success, a tradition and standard of excellence that Caruso exemplified throughout Monday's contest. Caruso's influence on the Thunder extends far beyond his on-court expertise. He represents the organization's commitment to acquiring high-character, championship-tested veterans during their most successful regular season in franchise history. Under his defensive leadership, Oklahoma City established performance standards and a culture of excellence that permeated every aspect of the team's identity throughout their historic 68-win campaign. Even after his statistical masterpiece, Caruso remained active on both ends during the game's decisive moments. While many reserves would fade in crunch time, he continued making winning plays, displaying his championship pedigree earned during his Lakers tenure. He had 20 points to go along with 5 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks in 20 minutes off the bench, noted multiple media outlets highlighting the unprecedented efficiency of his historic performance. Caruso's impact goes way beyond the numbers. He's helped change the way the Thunder play today, from how they defend to how they space the floor on offense. He's one of the most valuable role players in the league right now, showing just how important support players still are for teams chasing a championship. For those who truly understand the NBA's playoff intensity and the complexity of championship basketball, Caruso's historic performance represents far more than just a statistical anomaly or mechanical rotation adjustment. It embodies an unwavering pursuit of excellence, adaptability, and strategic value that could define an entire playoff run. As many industry observers have noted, Alex Caruso may have arrived in Oklahoma City as a complementary piece, but he never needed superstar status to establish his own playoff legacy with the franchise. The Game 1 performance serves as a fitting display of OKC's roster construction brilliance. It also provides an important lesson that behind every MVP candidate stands a supporting cast of dedicated professionals whose contributions, while often overlooked by casual fans, are absolutely essential to championship success at the NBA's highest level. Caruso's story goes beyond basketball, showing the power of patience and mental fortitude in the face of reduced regular season opportunity. His journey proves that preparation, dedication, and championship DNA can reshape single games and the entire trajectory of a playoff series between title contenders. From his early days as an undrafted free agent to becoming a playoff record breaker, now cementing his place in basketball history, Alex Caruso has left his mark on countless moments that will help define the next chapter of Thunder basketball. As the NBA world celebrates this latest statistical revelation about Caruso's historic impact, it's worth reflecting on the full scope of his potential influence on the Thunder's championship hopes. Beyond the impressive Game 1 statistics, 20 points, 6 assists, 5 steals, and 2 blocks, lies a blueprint for playoff success that continues to influence how championship teams operate today. Caruso's vision could help transform the Thunder from regular season darlings into legitimate championship favorites, from executing defensive schemes to knocking down timely three-pointers.
That's one thing Ime talked about, just making the Warriors pay when they double team Draymond Green.
Oh, man, it's a foul. Dylan Brooks. Curry is tripped again. And
Fred VanVleet humiliated the Warriors when it mattered most, and the Warriors never saw it coming. VanVleet torched Golden State with 29 points in Friday's Game 6, shooting an incredible 7 of 13 from the field and 6 of 9 from deep. The Houston Rockets stayed alive with a 115-107 victory, forcing a deciding Game 7 scheduled for Sunday at 8:30 p.m. ET. Throughout the contest, the Warriors maintained striking distance, but each step forward met an immediate Rockets response. VanVleet provided most of those answers, drilling three-pointer after three-pointer. His 17 made threes over the past 3 games broke the franchise record in Houston. This performance brought back painful memories for Golden State. Remember 2016. The Warriors entered a Game 7 after squandering a 3-1 finals advantage, resulting in their historic collapse against Cleveland. VanVleet himself delivered 22 points, including 12 crucial fourth-quarter tallies when Toronto defeated Golden State for the championship in 2019. The fourth quarter showcased Houston's dominance. VanVleet powered a 12-0 run that effectively ended the contest. Golden State struggled so badly offensively that their second field goal of the quarter didn't arrive until under 4 minutes remained. But wait, there is more. This represented a mature victory for Houston, surviving multiple challenges. Stephen Curry's heroics, Draymond Green's antics, persistent fouling of Steven Adams, and a Chase Center crowd that roared before falling silent midway through the final period. Curry's workload raises serious questions heading into Game 7. The 37-year-old played 42 minutes, his highest total of the series. Warriors coach Steve Kerr employed him for essentially every competitive minute of the second half. When Curry picked up his third foul in the second quarter, Kerr kept him on the floor and witnessed an 11-0 personal scoring run. During a 5-possession stretch, the sequence went Curry three-pointer, Buddy Hield miss, Curry and one conversion, Curry free throws, Curry three-pointer. Curry managed only the briefest of breathers in the third quarter, exiting for exactly 2 seconds during a Hack and Adams foul situation. He needed to sit down, but returned immediately. His 42-minute night matched what some compared to J.J. Redick's controversial rotation decisions. Draymond Green's flagrant fouls emerged as another storyline. Minutes into the contest, he earned his second flagrant for grabbing Jalen Green's hair and pushing him down. History suggests trouble ahead. Green received a 1-game suspension during the 2016 finals after accumulating 4 flagrant fouls across the playoffs. 2 more flagrant fouls would sideline Golden State's starting power forward for their next game, assuming they survive Sunday's elimination contest. Even ESPN's announcers expressed fatigue with Green's behavior during the broadcast. Meanwhile, the Eastern Conference saw its drama. Jalen Brunson's game-winning three-pointer from the top of the arc clinched the Knicks' 116-113 victory over Detroit, completing their 4-2 series victory. New York now faces defending champion Boston in the semifinals, a team that dominated them 4-0 during the regular season with a combined 65-point margin. The Celtics present New York's toughest test of the Tom Thibodeau era. Boston finished with 61 wins, ranking top 5 in both offense and defense, while entering as heavy favorites. The Knicks struggled against them all season, rarely finding offensive rhythm while allowing easy scoring opportunities. Brunson finished with 40 points, shooting 15 of 33, while adding 7 assists and 4 rebounds. Mikal Bridges contributed 25 points. O.J. Anunoby scored 22, and Karl Anthony Towns grabbed 15 rebounds before fouling out. Cade Cunningham led Detroit with 23 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds, though he missed all 8 three-point attempts. Jalen Duren added 21 points while providing interior defense. Malik Beasley hit 6 of 13 threes for 20 points, but went cold in the second half. The Knicks established early control, shooting 60% in the first quarter, with Brunson scoring 15 points. New York built a 42-27 advantage early in the second quarter before Detroit mounted a comeback. The Pistons outscored the Knicks 38-22 in the second quarter, taking a 61-59 halftime lead on Beasley's 6th three of the half. New York responded with a strong third quarter, opening with a 15-6 run that included a crucial fourth foul on Duren. The Knicks extended their lead through balanced scoring.